Hey you guys, it's KireiX again. So today I'm doing a video in regards to putting together some Soom ball jointed doll hands. These are the male Mecha Angel ones, and I've got some pictures here showing the various instructions that were actually pretty darn poor. Pretty much the picture of the hand with the string showing, where it needs to go is really the only part that was helpful at all. It came with a couple of things: the regular owner's manual you get with all the Soom dolls, and then here's that picture I was talking about. And then this is some of the instructions. If you pause the video, you can read the terrible English. And then also this picture of the last part of putting the hands together, that they needed to change the ink on their cartridge. But either way, I got through it, and it was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. This first segment of video is showing me taking the seams off of the hands. There weren't too many seams. They actually weren't that bad, but as you guys know, I don't like my dolls having seams if I can help it, so I decided to take all the seams off of all of the fingers and the palms. Pretty much just the seams on the palms were pretty bad, but that's about it. And in this I was wearing protection. I used fine sanding sponge from 3M, and I also used some ceramic knives from Volks. And this was a pretty time-consuming process. It did take quite a while. The video that I have here is just of me doing one hand, I believe. And then after this, I've got video that shows putting the hands together. And that's just of one of the hands as well, because it is such a time-consuming project. And each of the fingers and stuff comes in individual packaging, so be really sure not to get your stuff mixed up. The hands do have a system where you can get it put back together the way it's supposed to be without having to just guess at it, but it's still pretty confusing. Like the pointer finger has 3 drilled holes or dots on each, in the palm where the finger goes, and then each of the finger joints. And then the middle finger is 2 drilled holes, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, this is just me struggling to try to put the hands together. Like I said, it was easier than I thought it was going to be, but it still wasn't exactly a walk in the park. If you haven't strung anything before, you might want to get some help with it. It's really difficult trying to keep the tension correct in each finger, because it all is just one piece of elastic, so you have to keep it going evenly as you go. It would be very easy to end up making the finger you started at a lot tighter than the other fingers, which is the reason I've been using the clamps through this video to help keep the tension as I go even. And when I strung these hands, I started with the thumb and went to the pinky, but it really doesn't matter whichever way you end up going. My fingernails also made this a little bit difficult because they were kind of long for doing something like this, but I got through it. I also am really impressed with the sculpting of the hands. They're extremely detailed, but they don't go like crazy broken fingers like some of the other jointed hands that I have and have experienced. The other types of hands I've played with have been Doll's Own 70cm jointed hands, a couple of different sizes of Dika doll jointed hands, and those ones just tend to just go all over the map and go crumple, broken, crazy looking fingers. But after I was done stringing these, they were really easy to pose in very natural looking positions, which I think is mostly due to the sculpting, not just the stringing. But yeah, that was the stringing part, and here's some pictures of the packaging and what comes with it. The strips that you saw in that first picture are, it's double adhesive tape, so when you put the wrist into the hand, they'll stay in place because it kind of twists in place. And then my doll that is wearing the hands. And yeah, I hope this was helpful for you guys.